Number 10. The timeless beauty and strength of Vietnamese women. Vietnamese women impress not only with their graceful appearance, but also with their enduring role. In Hanoi, women wearing áo dai traditional Vietnamese dress stroll through the Old Quarter, showcasing traditional elegance. In Ho Chi Minh City, they work in offices, businesses, restaurants, and sectors that were once dominated by men. In the Mekong Delta, women engage in trading, care for their families, and maintain markets and small businesses. In rural areas, they farm, transport produce, prepare meals, and care for their children. In urban areas, young people study, start businesses, design fashion, and pursue independent careers. The average height is around 155 to 156 centimeters, but their small stature doesn't fully reflect their resilience and responsibility. Women's life expectancy is approximately 79 to 80 years, 7 to 9 years longer than men's. The labor participation rate is nearly 68 to 69%. They are present in education, factories, agriculture, trade, and services. Besides their income-generating work, many women also care for children, cook, manage households, and support businesses. The áo dai traditional Vietnamese dress connects tradition with modernity. The student áo dai is associated with youth, the wedding áo dai with ceremony, and the office áo dai with professionalism. The image of a mother driving a motorbike, carrying her child and belongings through busy traffic, shows that women not only create the beauty of Vietnam, but also form the foundation of the family, economy, and society. Number 9. A uniquely shaped country. Vietnam is located on the eastern edge of the Indochina Peninsula, in Southeast Asia. It borders China to the north, Laos and Cambodia to the west, while the east and south face the South China Sea. On the map, Vietnam's territory stretches in shape, narrower in the central region and wider at both ends. This distinctive shape not only creates an easily recognizable appearance, but also results in significant differences in climate, topography, and lifestyles across different regions. For centuries, Vietnam lay on the routes of merchants, soldiers, monks, farmers, and trading ships traversing Asia. These exchanges brought languages, food, religions, techniques, and customs from various regions. The influence of China is evident in its ancient writing, architecture, and ideology. Maritime trade routes once brought Indian, Japanese, European, and many Southeast Asian communities to trading ports such as Hoi An. Today, Vietnam continues to be situated near vital shipping lanes connecting East Asia with the Indian Ocean and the rest of the world. With an area of approximately 331,212 square kilometers and a population of over 102 million, Vietnam is a densely populated country. Large cities are almost constantly bustling with motorbikes, markets, shops, and crowded residential areas. Beyond urban centers, millions still live in villages, mountainous regions, plains, and coastal communities. Rice paddies, orchards, fish ponds, and traditional markets continue to play a vital role in local life and the local economy. Vietnam's topography changes dramatically from north to south. The north features high mountain ranges, deep valleys, rocky plateaus, tea hills, and terraced rice fields. Phan Xipang, at approximately 3,147 meters, is Vietnam's highest peak. In many other areas, limestone massifs form caves, cliffs, and isolated valleys. Further south, the terrain gradually expands into large plains, particularly the Red River Delta and the Mekong Delta, which are densely populated and heavily agricultural areas. Vietnam also boasts over 3,260 kilometers of coastline. Along the coast are fishing villages, fishing ports, seafood markets, beaches, lagoons, and thousands of islands of varying sizes. Ha Long Bay is notable for its limestone pillars rising from the water, while the central region has many long beaches, sheltered bays, and coastal cities. However, the coast is also frequently affected by storms, floods, and erosion. Vietnam's immense length is what gives it its unique diversity. On a single trip, visitors can experience the cool climate of the northern mountains, traverse lush green rice paddies and bustling cities, and finally arrive at a tropical beach in the south. Vietnam is not just a single-shaped country, but a blend of diverse landscapes, climates, and cultures within a single strip of land. What aspect of Vietnam impressed you the most? Share your thoughts below. Number 8. The Kingdom of Motorcycles. Vietnam has more than just motorbikes. Its entire urban life revolves around them. From early morning, thousands of motorbikes pour onto the streets, weaving through narrow alleys, stopping in front of eateries, crowding into markets, and transporting workers to places inaccessible to cars. Seen from above, the stream of vehicles doesn't move in perfectly straight lines. It curves, splits, and then merges again like water flowing around rocks. Chaotic, but not entirely disorderly. In Vietnam, a new day often begins with the roar of engines echoing from streets, alleys, and residential areas. With over 70 million motorbikes, they are the most common means of transportation in daily life and one of the most recognizable images of the country. From early morning, motorbikes take workers to their offices, students to school, small traders to the market, and delivery personnel to their first trips. In many families, a motorbike can perform almost every task that a car performs elsewhere. Motorcycles are more than just personal transportation. They can become family vehicles, delivery vehicles, tools for earning a living, or mobile stalls. On the streets, you might see a motorcycle carrying parents and young children, a flower vendor with bundles of flowers piled high in the back, or a food delivery driver carrying multiple insulated bags. Motorcycles are also used to transport vegetables, water bottles, mirrors, ladders, chicken cages, and bulky items that would otherwise seem impossible to carry on two wheels. The technique of securing goods with ropes, supports, and precise balancing points has become commonplace. The popularity of motorbikes is closely linked to urban structure. Many neighborhoods in Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City have narrow alleys that are difficult for cars to access. Densely populated residential areas, short travel distances, and relatively affordable costs make motorbikes a practical choice. Riders can easily stop in front of a restaurant, weave through narrow streets, or access areas deep within old neighborhoods. To foreigners, Vietnamese traffic may seem chaotic. Motorbikes move from many directions. The distance between vehicles is very small, and honking is constant. However, within that chaos exists a certain order. Riders observe the speed, direction, and subtle movements of those around them to adjust. The flow of traffic doesn't move in straight, separate lines, but rather resembles a constantly curving river, splitting and rejoining. Crossing the road can therefore be the first challenge for tourists. The safest way is not to speed or make sudden turns. Pedestrians need to walk slowly, maintain a steady pace, avoid sudden stops, and allow drivers to anticipate their direction of travel. Each city has a different motorbike scene. In Hanoi, motorbikes pass through the old quarter, lakes, temples, and colonial buildings. In Ho Chi Minh City, they weave between skyscrapers, apartment buildings, signs, and shops. In Da Nang, motorbikes appear on boulevards near the sea, bridges, and mountains. In rural areas, they travel through rice paddies, banana trees, buffalo herds, and roadside cafes. However, the large number of motorbikes also causes traffic congestion, noise, pollution, and accidents. Emission standards are receiving more attention, while electric motorbikes are becoming increasingly popular among young people. Despite the continued changes in technology and infrastructure, motorbikes remain an integral part of work, family, and the rhythm of life in Vietnam. If you enjoy exploring life and culture in different countries, don't forget to like the video. Number 7. Unique Vietnamese dishes. Vietnamese cuisine is more than just the dishes on the table. It's like a cultural map, reflecting the climate, history, produce, and customs of each region. Using the same ingredients like rice, pork, herbs, or fish sauce, Vietnamese people can create dozens of different dishes. The North often prioritizes balanced and moderate flavors. Central Vietnam is known for its spicier, saltier, and richer cuisine. As you move south, dishes tend to be sweeter, with larger portions and a greater use of vegetables, seafood, and tropical produce. In northern Vietnam, pho is one of the most familiar dishes. The broth is simmered for hours from bones, combined with ginger, grilled onions, and aromatic spices. A bowl of pho typically contains soft rice noodles, beef or chicken, scallions, and herbs. Many Vietnamese people eat pho in the morning before going to school or work. Another very popular dish is bun cha. Pork is grilled directly over charcoal, creating a distinct, smoky flavor, then eaten with rice noodles, fresh vegetables, and a dipping sauce with a sweet, salty, sour, and spicy taste. Central Vietnam offers dishes that are more vibrant in color and flavor. Bun bo hu hei style beef noodle soup features a red broth, a distinct lemongrass aroma, a spicy kick, and thick noodles. The dish typically combines beef, pork trotters, herbs, and various spices. Bun bao steamed rice cakes are small and soft, made from steamed rice flour in small bowls, topped with shrimp, fried onions, onion oil, and fish sauce. Mi Quang Quang style noodles uses yellow noodles and is served with pork, shrimp, peanuts, fresh vegetables, and just the right amount of broth. In Hoi An, Cao Lao stands out with its chewy noodles, pork, green vegetables, and crispy rice crackers. This dish is closely tied to the local cooking methods and history of the port city. In southern Vietnam, broken rice. Com tam originated from broken rice grains but has become a popular dish. A plate of broken rice can include grilled pork, egg, pickles, and fish sauce. Noodle soup Hu Tu comes in many variations with meat, shrimp, squid, or offal, and can be eaten with broth or dry. Pancakes Ban Gio are cooked on a hot pan, creating a crispy golden crust around shrimp, pork, and bean sprouts. When eaten, the pancake is wrapped with vegetables and dipped in fish sauce. Vietnamese cuisine also has dishes that many tourists should consider carefully. Blood pudding is made from the raw blood of poultry or pigs, often eaten with herbs and peanuts. Pira is a dish characteristic of some mountainous communities, using offal and ingredients with very strong flavors. Balut, or fertilized duck egg, is a boiled egg containing an embryo and is eaten hot with ginger, herbs, and salt and pepper. Besides bread, there are egg, coffee, spring rolls, and hundreds of other street foods. Some dishes feel familiar, some are surprising, and some present a challenge. To truly understand Vietnam, tourists shouldn't just eat the most famous dishes. They need to venture into the markets, sit down at small eateries, and try the food with curiosity. Like this post if Vietnam is on your list of places you want to visit. Number 6. Things that are strange abroad but normal in Vietnam. In Vietnam, sidewalks are more than just pedestrian walkways. They can become eateries, tea shops, beer gardens, small markets, barber shops, resting places, or even meeting spaces for entire neighborhoods. In the mornings, people sit on low stools to eat pho. At lunchtime, vendors display their vegetables right at the edge of the street. In the evenings, a few plastic tables can transform a street corner into a gathering place for friends after work. To many tourists, this use of space may seem chaotic, but for locals, it's a practical solution in crowded neighborhoods with limited space. Sidewalk barbershops are a prime example. With just a mirror on the wall, a chair, a few pairs of scissors, clippers, a razor, and a water spray bottle, the barber can begin his work. A haircut might only cost around 25,000 to 50,000 dong. While getting a haircut, customers and barbers often chat about work, family, football, or neighborhood news. Therefore, it's not just a cheap service, but also a place for exchanging information and maintaining community relationships. The culture of drinking beer outdoors also surprises many foreigners. After work, friends can sit on plastic chairs on the sidewalk, Order a few bottles of beer along with grilled meat, seafood, peanuts, or snails. The setting is simple but usually very lively. People chat, raise their glasses, and share stories about their day. Drinking beer, therefore, is not just about the beverage, but also a form of relaxation and social connection. Pharmacies in Vietnam are also widespread. Buyers can walk in, describe symptoms such as headache, cough, fever, or stomachache, and quickly receive medication. This is convenient for minor issues, but it also carries risks. Antibiotics, sleeping pills, and other strong medications can cause side effects or be misused if buyers don't understand the correct dosage. Tourists should carefully read the instructions and seek medical attention if symptoms are severe or persistent. Another common sight is people squatting beside goods, construction sites, or beverage stalls. This posture eliminates the need for chairs, saves space, and allows vendors to easily arrange their goods. Along with this, the low plastic stool has almost become a symbol of street life. People use it to drink iced tea, eat noodles, smoke, rest, chat, and watch the traffic go by. A cup of tea may be inexpensive, but it brings visitors closer to the local rhythm of life than many luxurious spaces. Dog meat still exists in some regions and traditional restaurants, but it cannot be considered a representative habit of all Vietnamese people. Many young people today do not eat it, while keeping dogs as pets is becoming increasingly popular, especially in large cities. Social views are changing with generations and living environments. After registering, turn on notifications so you don't miss our next destination. Number 5. An obsession with lottery tickets. In Vietnam, lottery tickets aren't just sold behind glass counters or in fixed shops. They appear directly on the streets, in cafes, restaurants, bus stations, markets, and busy intersections. Vendors hold stacks of thin tickets, going from table to table, asking customers if they want to try their luck. Therefore, lottery tickets have become a familiar part of daily life, especially in the southern provinces. A lottery ticket usually costs around 10,000 dong. It's not a large sum, but millions of tickets are sold nationwide every day. The results are usually announced in the afternoon, making the time spent checking tickets a small ritual. In a few minutes, a cheap piece of paper can give its owner a glimpse of a new house, a debt paid off, or a less difficult life. Behind those lottery tickets lies the life of the sellers. Many of them are elderly, disabled, migrant workers, or people struggling to find stable employment. They may walk for hours in the sun, stopping at dozens of restaurants and cafes to sell each ticket. The commission isn't high, but it can be enough to buy food, pay for rent, buy medicine, or send money home to their families. Therefore, some people buy tickets not entirely because they want to win. They buy because they know the seller, because they sympathize with their situation, or simply because they want to help. Number 4. One of the most difficult languages for foreigners. For many foreigners, Vietnamese seems simple on paper because it uses the Latin alphabet and doesn't have complex verb conjugations like some European languages. However, when they start speaking, they quickly realize it's one of the most difficult languages to pronounce. The first major challenge lies in the 6-tone system. In Vietnamese, learners not only have to pronounce consonants and vowels correctly, but also control pitch, length, and ending of syllables. Just a small change in pronunciation can turn a familiar word into something completely different. The sound ma ghost is a common example to illustrate this. When spoken with different tones, that sound can refer to a mother, a ghost, a rice seedling, or carry other meanings. For native Vietnamese speakers, this difference is very clear, but for beginners, the sounds can sound almost the same. So, a foreigner ordering food at a restaurant might think they've said it correctly, while the vendor hears it as a different word. Such mistakes often create humorous situations rather than tense ones. Vietnamese people might laugh, repeat the pronunciation, or ask the speaker to point directly to the menu. Tone isn't the only difficulty. The pronoun system and forms of address in Vietnamese also confuse many people. In English, I and you can be used in most situations. Vietnamese, however, requires the speaker to specify age, relationship, status, level of intimacy, and context. A person might use a younger sibling when speaking to an older person, but become an older brother or cheer, older sister when speaking to someone younger. Words like co-aunt, chew-uncle, back-uncle, con-child, chow-grandchild, ba-grandmother, and own-grandfather are both terms for family relationships and used to address people who are not related by blood. Choosing the right form of address can create a feeling of closeness and respect. Choosing the wrong one can sometimes make a statement sound too cold, too intimate, or impolite. When a child calls an older woman co-aunt or an older man chew-uncle, it reflects how Vietnamese society extends the family model into community communication. A stranger may temporarily be placed in the role of a relative. Context also plays a huge role. Many Vietnamese sentences cannot be translated word for word into English while retaining their nuance. A slight laugh, a pause, the way a sound or word at the end of a sentence is extended, can transform speech into something friendly, humorous, surprised, or annoyed. Vietnamese speakers often convey a lot of information in very short sentences, while the rest of the meaning is understood through the situation and the relationship between the speakers. Although difficult, learning Vietnamese offers clear rewards. Simply saying a greeting, thanking a vendor, or ordering food correctly can earn a smile and friendly attitude from a foreigner. Knowing a little Vietnamese makes shopping trips, taxi rides, and meals much more comfortable. Vietnamese people often value effort more than perfect pronunciation. Therefore, Vietnamese is not just a means of communication but also reflects how Vietnamese people perceive family, age, respect, and community. Number 3. Mysterious festivals and rituals. In Vietnam, festivals are not just holidays or recreational activities. Many rituals still connect modern life with ancestors, deities, nature, and community. One of the most familiar rituals takes place on the 23rd day of the 12th lunar month, when families worship the kitchen gods. Before the ceremony, the kitchen area is usually cleaned thoroughly, as it is considered the heart of the home, holding the family's fire and warmth. Offerings may include fruit, sticky rice, tea, flowers, incense, and traditional dishes. According to folk beliefs, the kitchen gods ascend to heaven to report on the good and bad deeds that have occurred in the family throughout the year. Carp are often featured in this ritual because they are believed to be the means by which the kitchen god ascends to heaven. After the offering, many families take the fish to rivers, lakes, or ponds to release them. In large cities, the sight of people stopping their cars by bridges, carrying bags of fish, and gently releasing them into the water has become a familiar part of the pre-Tet celebrations. Soon after, it's Lunar New Year, the most important festival of the year. Markets are filled with peach blossoms in the north and apricot blossoms in the south. Families buy cakes, candies, gifts, and prepare red envelopes for children. Houses are cleaned, old things are rearranged, and many people try to settle debts or conflicts before the new year. Tet is also a time to remember ancestors, reunite with family, and start anew with better hopes. International Children's Day on June 1st brings a completely different atmosphere. Children receive gifts, watch performances, participate in games, and eat sweets at school, parks, or in their neighborhoods. Although not a traditional festival, this day shows that children and families hold an important place in Vietnamese social life. As the full moon of the 8th lunar month approaches, the Mid-Autumn Festival transforms many streets into spaces filled with light. Lanterns, shaped like stars, fish, rabbits, and dragons, appear everywhere. Children wear masks, perform lion dances, beat drums, and walk in groups. Families eat mooncakes, drink tea, and admire the moon. In Hoi An, lanterns hung on the streets and floated on the river create one of the most distinctive images of the festival season. In the highlands, the love markets in Moc Chau, Sapa, or Khao Vai, are not just for buying and selling, they are also places for meeting, singing love songs, and finding a life partner. People wear embroidered clothing, silver jewelry, and play flutes and traditional songs. Some communities also have symbolic marriage rituals, call and response singing, or ceremonial steps before the two families officially negotiate. These customs vary among ethnic groups and should not be considered representative of all mountain dwellers. In some regions, bathing in streams after a day's work is also a normal practice. Cold water helps cleanse the body, reduce fatigue, and is sometimes associated with warding off bad luck. These rituals and customs show that in Vietnam, the modern world coexists with traditional beliefs. Family, ancestors, nature, love, and community continue to come together in holidays throughout the year. Number 2. One of the countries with the lowest cost of living and travel. Vietnam is a popular choice for tourists, students, remote workers, and retirees because it offers a rich experience at a much lower cost than many Western countries. However, this doesn't mean everything in Vietnam is cheap. The cost of living depends heavily on the city, location, and lifestyle choices. Those who adapt to the local lifestyle can live quite frugally, while those who only use international and high-end services can still spend a significant amount of money. Food is one of the reasons Vietnam is so appealing. A bowl of pho at a local restaurant might cost around 50,000 dong, while a banh mi sandwich is usually only about 25,000 dong. At these prices, eating out regularly isn't necessarily a luxury. Locals and tourists can choose from dishes like cam tam broken rice, bun bo hieu hieu style beef noodle soup, bon zio Vietnamese savory pancake, goi quan spring rolls, or many other street foods, without having to spend a large portion of their budget on food. Smaller eateries often have simple menus, serve quickly, and are located right in residential areas. Coffee is also an important part of daily life. A glass of iced milk coffee at a local cafe can cost around 25,000 dong. People sit on plastic chairs, chatting, checking their phones, or watching the traffic go by. In Vietnam, coffee is not just a drink to stay awake, but also a midday break and a form of social interaction. Transportation costs are relatively flexible. A short ride on a ride-hailing motorbike can range from 50,000 to 100,000 VND, depending on the distance, time of day, and city. Buses usually cost under 25,000 VND. For long-term residents, renting or buying a motorbike makes commuting, shopping, and exploring areas outside the city center much more convenient. Housing makes the biggest difference in budgeting. In smaller towns or less touristy areas, a basic room or apartment can cost around 5 million VND per month. In Hanoi, Ho Chi Minh City, or Da Nang, a one-bedroom apartment can range from 10 to 5 million VND. Places with swimming pools, gyms, security, modern furnishings, and central locations are usually significantly more expensive. Number 1. Daily habits, beer culture, karaoke, and lucky numbers. To understand Vietnamese life, one doesn't necessarily have to start with famous landmarks. Many of the most distinctive aspects are found in parks in the early morning, beside a small cafe, around a drinking table after work, or in the sound of karaoke emanating from a nearby house. These habits reveal how Vietnamese people use public spaces, build social relationships, and blend modern life with traditional beliefs. The day usually begins very early. Before the streets get crowded and the air is still cool, parks are already filled with people exercising. Older people practice Tai Chi with slow, steady movements. Some walk around the lake, stretching or taking deep breaths. Groups of middle-aged women dance to music playing from portable speakers, while younger people may practice modern dance moves. Physical activity isn't confined to the gym, but takes place in open spaces. Parks become places where generations exercise, meet, and start their day together. After training sessions, life shifts to coffee shops and iced tea stalls. Many small shops open early in the morning, with just a few low tables, plastic chairs, and a simple brewing area. Coffee is usually brewed using a metal filter, allowing each drop to slowly drip into the cup. Iced milk coffee is a popular choice. Combining the strong flavor of coffee with condensed milk and ice, people can sit for hours chatting, checking their phones, or watching the traffic. Coffee not only helps them stay awake but also provides a break during the day.